Hello and welcome to Monday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where the heat wave is back here in Surrey. It's really hot again. And I've had a little bit more sleep than Mark, I think, today. Mark did stay up all night, basically, to watch the football last night. Amazing game of football between Mexico and England. I caught up with it. Well, I actually caught up with it at 4 a.m. when somebody in the local environment decided it was a very good idea to beep their car horn for most of the next half an hour. So I was pretty sure England had won. And so it proved, but I did watch the game this morning. What a game of football, goodness me. Anyway, so I'm probably feeling a bit more bright-eyed and bushy-tailed than Mr. Goodliff is, and I'm going to be doing battle with this rather pastel-coloured puzzle called Dutch Flatmates Multiple Lines by Marty Sears. You know when it's a puzzle that looks this beautiful, it's probably by Marty, don't you? And several of you have recommended. I mean, basically, the thing is with Marty, all his puzzles get recommended to us a lot. So we could really choose any of them. But this one, I mean, it was slightly ahead on the recommendation count. So we're going to have a look at it. I think it's got 2 or 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty, so hopefully not too monstrous. Although I always struggle with this Dutch flatmates rule. We'll read the rules properly, but it's basically a rule that says if that digit is a 5 in the grid, it either has to have a 1 above it or a 9 below it, or both. It's the most peculiar rule. I want to say it was invented by Flinty. I don't know if that's right. But yeah, it's sort of caught on, and it's got this this popularity in the setting community. And anyway, that's what we're going to have to deal with. But we will read the rules properly in a moment or two. Before we kick off today, what else can I mention to you? There are a few things, aren't there? We're streaming tonight. Goodness only knows how hot it will be at that point. But 10 p.m. UK time. Love to have your company. We are, of course, back in the Blueprints mansion for the 52nd time. I better try and remember what the rules are of all those Morajai games. But yeah, as I say, that I'll try and remember to put a link on the screen to that. Over on Patreon, we have got this new Sudoku competition running, which is, now is it this one? Yes, that one, Detective Pets. Lots and lots of you have been loving this collection of puzzles. Let me see if I can, is it this one? I think it is. So we can click reload. 272 has gone up to 329, 1,441 solves of the first puzzle. Huge kudos to Sandra and Nala and Panthera on creating something that's so popular. Do get involved. Do have a go. That is something I would wholeheartedly recommend to you all. Now, what else can I tell you about? Yeah, thinking about Patreon. Over on Patreon for the last couple of weeks, we've had my solve of this GCHQ's Puzzle of the Year, which was set as part of their Christmas quiz in 2025 by Colin. And we found out about this on a trip to GCHQ that we had a few weeks ago. And I recorded a solve of this wonderful, wonderful puzzle. And it's been available to our patrons as sort of early access for the last couple of weeks. We just wanted to be sure that GCHQ, we couldn't think why GCHQ would mind us solving that puzzle. But I think it's fine. So this is actually going to go live on the channel now tomorrow. So look out for that as a little bit of a bonus. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a go at it. And yeah, you'll get to see the brain, the brain of somebody in our security services, and it makes you feel like you can sleep safer in your bed at night when people like Colin are setting puzzles of that complexity and brilliance. So that's going live on the channel tomorrow. And I will just mention also, we had a viewer solve. Mark from Virginia joined me. Mark won last month's competition, and he joined me on the channel and we released that video on Monday, so check that out. There's a wonderful puzzle there by Playmaker6174, which is well worthy of your attention too. Now, what else? Anything else? Yes, birthdays. Oh, mustn't miss the birthdays. Let's have a look at this. Caleb, you've turned 25 today. I know this because your partner Gwen wrote to me, told me that I think, Caleb, you've been watching for a long time. But now the two of you are obsessed with variant Sudoku, which I'm delighted to hear. I know, Caleb, that you love Star Wars and maths, which is that's fantastic. Man after my own heart. Gwen mentioned Fenrir, your black cat, of which I think she's very fond. Fenrir, is that named after? Is it Fenrir Greyback or something? In the Harry Potter universe? I might be... Fenrir. No, it's Faramir, isn't it, from Lord of the Rings? So Fenrir is probably the werewolf in Harry Potter. Anyway, Gwen loves you very much, Caleb, and she noted that you were almost born on a propitious date from an American independence perspective. So I guess you might be over in the States, or you might be from the States, but I'm not sure. But I hope you have a great birthday, and I hope the chocolate cake is very fine. Next, Drea, your boyfriend David wrote, I think it's your birthday tomorrow, and David told me you watch the channel while you work, which made me wonder what your job is. I'm sort of hoping it's not heart surgery or anything like that. But Drea, I hope you have a great birthday tomorrow, and I hope that the chocolate cake is mighty fine. Next, we'll say a happy birthday to Hannes, down there, I think in South Africa, 33. You're turning today. Your wife, Arian, wrote to me and was telling me that your youngest daughter, who was born back in December last year, suffered from colic after she was born. It must have been tremendously difficult. I must have been horrendous for your sleep. But apparently cracking the cryptic was one of the ways that you could sort of stay perfectly still while looking after your daughter and distract your mind. So I'm delighted if we've paid it or if we've done any service there. And Hannes, many happy returns. And then last but not least, Jeff. Your friends Mark and Carmen wrote to me, whose surnames, although they are apparently no relation or no relation that they know, their surnames are Van de Wetering, the same as Ard, the sort of Sudoku grandmaster. But Jeff, Mark's email told me that the two of you have known each other for 4 decades, and you share a passion for puzzles. It's your birthday tomorrow as well. So, Jeff, I hope you have a great one tomorrow. I hope you get this message, and I hope you have some very fine and heavily iced chocolate cake. That's all the news. Now I get to do battle with Marty. These are always very favourite parts of life, solving Marty Sears puzzles. So what do we have to do today? We've got normal Sudoku rules applying. So we're going to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Every 5 in the grid must have a 1 directly above it or a 9 directly below it. That's that thing I was saying earlier. So if that's a 5, it's either got a 1 there or a 9 there or both. Now, there's hardly any more rules. For 2 adjacent digits along a coloured line, dividing one by the other gives an exact integer. So one is a multiple of the other. Okay, so divide. So let me just think about that. So if that was a 3, what would we be saying? That this could be 6 or 9 or 1, I suppose. I don't know if that's all the options. That felt like it was correct, didn't it? Let's try another one. If that's a 4, can't be 8 by Sudoku, but it could have been 8 otherwise, or 2 or 1. Yeah, that feels right, doesn't it? So we're sort of working with factors today, and they are all the rules. So do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play let's get cracking. I'd love to call this a Sudoku with only one given digit, but we reserve those titles for Ard van der Wetering videos. I mean, I feel like these lines are going to do something. Oh, wait. Well, I mean, that may be true, but I've just noticed something very strange about this puzzle. It's completely symmetrical. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, that's wonderful, Marty. Good grief. Right. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is that imagine a spindle poking through. Imagine this Sudoku was not on a computer screen but was on cardboard, and we could poke a spindle through the very middle of this cell. Then if you rotate the puzzle on that spindle round 180 degrees, what would you get? Well, you'd get this puzzle. In fact, with the 8, you would still get the 8 even would rotate. So it's absolutely, utterly symmetrical. Now, that's very interesting because normally a puzzle that is absolutely symmetrical would have two solutions. I did a video on Girth's symmetrical placement many what ago about that. It's a sort of Sudoku theorem. And so in classic Sudoku, it would certainly have two solutions. So what I've just learned as a result of this puzzle existing is that the 159, whatever it's called, the Dutch flatmates rule, must act as a disambiguator. Oh, okay, so now this puzzle is garnering new respect in my brain, even though I haven't solved it yet. Because Marty's obviously done this deliberately. This is classic Marty. It's just like, I'm going to stun you with my genius. Wow, so the 159, let me just think about this again now. Oops. So 159 rule. Yeah, so I mean, you can see that the 5s, wherever they're positioned, they do have an asymmetric effect. And that's going to break the symmetry in the puzzle. That's really weird. I mean, what an idea. Okay, well, what it hasn't done is allowed me to understand how we solve this. Although I do still think it's likely to be column 1 or column 9. So what digits are difficult to place on a line here? We've got to have factors, don't we? So prime numbers are difficult. Prime 3 isn't so difficult because you can do a multiple of 3. But 5 and 7 are difficult. Because how can you put 5 and 7 on this line at all? Because you can't use a multiple of 5 or 7 because 10 and 14, etc., they're not digits that you can place in a Sudoku. So the only thing that, because 5 and 7 are prime, the only thing you can put next to 5 and 7 is going to be the digit 1. So, well, okay, so you simply cannot put 5 and 7 on this line. So that digit and that digit must be 5s and 7s. I think that must be right. I mean, you can't even put 5 or 7 in the middle of this line. Imagine you try that. Let's try and do that. Put 7 in the middle. What are these digits? One of them could be a 1. That's fine. The other side's impossible because it needs to either be a multiple or be capable of being multiplied to give this number. It just doesn't work. So what we can do is put one of 5 and 7 at the end of the line. So imagine, then we're going to have to think about the flatmatey rule, but let's imagine that was a 7. Then this could be a 1, couldn't it? And shelter the 7 on the line. But we certainly can't put both on the line. So I think we're absolutely fine by saying that they are 5 and 7. Now, I don't know whether they have to be different or not. That's going to depend on this weird rule, isn't it? But one of these and one of those is, I don't really know how to pencil mark it, but let's maybe use a colour. Maybe let's use that colour. Just to remind me there's something odd about those cells. And 1 is going to have to be in one of those positions. I mean, it's a terrible pencil mark, but 1 has to be in a red cell. So, yeah, okay, so I can do something, I might be able to do something there, but I can't see that. But I can definitely do something here. This cannot be 5. Because if this was 5, remember the Dutch flatmatey rule, I've got to put either a 1 above it or a 9 beneath it. Well, you can't put anything beneath this. It's in row 9, column 9. So you'd have to put a 1 above it. But then there's nowhere in the column you could put the orange digit, which would in that instance be a 7. There would be nowhere to put it. Because you need to put it on one end of the line and have the 1 inside it to shelter its effects. So that has to be 7. And so now, well, okay, now this one can't be the 5 because of the flatmatey rule. If that's the 5, from the line's perspective, I need this to be a 1, but from the flatmatey rule's perspective, I need it to be a 9 because the 5 needs to have a 1 or a 9 around it. So neither of those works. So that's 5, that's 1, and that does work, which is rather a relief. Now, can you go further on here then? So that this digit is not under any pressure, is it? Because it's got a 1 next to it, and 1 can be next to any digit. So what are the other difficult digits? 9 can be next to 3 and 1. That seems to be a truth, doesn't it? Is there anything else that would work with 9? I don't think so. So 9 is either at the end of the line with a 3 inside it. All right, okay. I'm going to slightly reframe that. So we can almost view it as a new line now. Because this 1 can go next to anything, what we should be doing is viewing this as its own line. It's a new line. And 9 is quite difficult to put on it, because if you put 9 in the middle of if 9 was in any of those cells, it would need to be surrounded by 1, which it couldn't be, and 3, which it could be, but the 1 would be unavailable. So 9 is in one of those cells. And if it was here, it has to have a 3. And if it's there, it has to have a 3. So the 3 in the column is in one of those two cells. That's bizarre. And now the 3... So the 3 can't be next to the 1, which would have been a valid neighbour for it. Does it have to be next to 6? I think it does. So there's going to be a 6 in one of those. And then the 6... can't be next to 1, so that's going to have to be next to 2, I think. Can't see what else would be. 6 has to have two neighbours. There are no multiples of 6 we can put in, 12, 18, they won't work. So we need things that divide exactly into 6 that are not 1. So 2 and 3 are the options. The 3 is in one of those, so the 2, so there's a sort of 2-6 pair in the middle of that column. And then we're left with the digits 4 and 8, so they're natural partners. So if it went 9, 3, 6, 2, then the 4, 8, and the 4, 8 would be next to the 2, which would be fine. Either way round. Okay. Okay, so that might be as far as we can take that. But can we do better over here? And does this inform how well we can do over here? So that 1 doesn't see either of those red cells. If that was 5, you'd have to put a 9 beneath it, wouldn't you? And that doesn't work. This is so weird. It's so weird. If that's a 5, because of the weird rule, you've got to put a 9 beneath it because you can't put a 1 below it. But that's okay, But now you've got a problem with 7, which we know is in one of those cells if this is a 5, and it can't be, because it can't be at the end of the line. So that's going to have to be a 7. And now one of these is a 5. Okay, it's not that one, because if it's that one, what digit do you have to put there? You've got to put a 9 underneath it, and 5 and 9 are not in a multiple relationship. So we've got to put the 5 at the bottom with a 1 above it. And okay, and then we've done some colouring in that column. Oh, and now, okay, and now I'm going to run this, I'm going to run my vertical algorithm again. I think it must be exactly the same as this line, mustn't it? I mean, why would it be different? You've got to put 9 at one end, 3 internal to that, with the 2, 6 pair in there, and the 4 and 8 are either going to be at the top or the bottom, and we won't know which. We've got a 2, 6 pair in row thingy, the technical term for row 4. We can... Well, 1 is down there, and 5 is up there, so the 5... Oh, all right. You can't put 5 on the multiplying line, because we've worked out, and I've probably laboured this point for too long already, but we can't put 5 on any of these lines unless it is next to 1, and it can't be next to 1 there, so that's got to be 5. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, no, okay. Ah, I hadn't thought of this, but it doesn't. It's okay. We're okay. I was thinking that the logic I'd literally just uttered meant both of those had to be a 1, but I'd missed a point. It's possible one of these is a 5. That was never going to work in these columns, was it? But it can work here. And 5, if we multiply 5 by 1, we get 5. So it does work. It is in a multiplying relationship. So those digits, one of them will have to be 1, one of them will have to be 5. And both the 5 in one of those and this 5 have to obey the flatmate rule. And that's beautiful, actually, because this 5 can't have a 1 above it, because one of those is a 1. So it must have a 9 beneath it, which means this cell, which can't be 1, is now 3, because that is something I learned from this line. You've got to have 9 only neighbours 3s and 1s. It's just beautiful, this. It is so clever. Yeah. Now how could that be 5? If that's 5, what's this digit? We know it's got to have a 1 above it. Well, 8 is not equal to 1. There's a knowledge bomb. So it doesn't have that. Or a 9 below it. Well, it can't have that. So that's got to be the 1. This has got to be the 5. And now either there's a 1 here or there's a 9 here. And that's rather distressing, because both of those seem possible. Oh. Really? Okay, so this one... Oh, I tell you what I'm probably meant to do with this puzzle. Let's go to the line drawing tool. I'm just going to draw little lines when I've done the flatmate. So this one I haven't done its flatmate yet. Maybe we should circle the 5s as well. So circle the 5s, and all of the 5s in the end should have a vertical line either above or below them to make sure that we're... Oh, okay. Well, that's going to be a 1. I forgot I could just use the line. So now it doesn't matter if this has 9 below it. It's already met its flatmate condition. So 1 is in one of these cells. Could absolutely be on the line. 5 in this box is in one of those 3 cells. Again, it could be on the line, couldn't it? Although, yeah, it could be, because it could have 9 beneath it. It can't be there, because it couldn't have a 1 above it, and 8 is not equal to 9 below it. So 5 is in one of these. It can be on the lines here if these are 1s. And okay. So now what we do is we say, where is 7 in box 8? 7 can't go on this line because it would need a partner of a 1, which it can't have. So 7 must go here. We've now used all the odd digits in row 8. So these are all even. I mean, I might as well record that 2, 4, 6, or 8. And this is on a ring around the rosy here. Every digit on that is in a relationship with 2 other digits. Now, so we can't. I think that might have to be 2, 4, 8. I'm not committing to that. Let me just think about that for a moment, because the problem with 6 without being able to use a 1 is that you'd have to use 2 and 3, and the 2 and the 3 on the line wouldn't be in a multiplying relationship with each other, so they couldn't be on the line, and it wouldn't matter. Again, because this is a triangle. Wherever you put the 2, it will touch the 3, so it's just not right. You can't do it. So this is probably 2, 4, 8, I think. It can't involve 1. We need all the digits to be in multiplying relationships with each other. I think it has to be 2, 4, 8. So that becomes a 6. Yeah, I mean, anything else is silly, isn't it? 7s, 9s, they're nowhere near working. So now I see. So now I get those digits. They are 3, 7, 9. And we know that one is not 7. I tell you what, I know it's not 3. Because I don't know where 3 is in this column, although I just have found out as a result of this exercise. But I do know 3 is in one of those 2 cells, looking at that cell. So that's a 9. We know 9 goes next to 3 on this line. Then 3 goes next to 6, which goes next to 2. And then we have a 4, 8 at the top. It's brilliant. This is just... It may not be difficult, but it's absolutely beautiful. Now, these cells are even now. 2, 4, 6, 8. That's very unfortunate. Right, okay, so those are 3 and 9. That's not 8. Oh, it's probably the Dutch flatmatey rule thingy. Or could I use what I've just learned? Oh, yes, I can. Look, now because that's 2, I get that one. So that's 6 and that's 2. And we know 6 had to be next to 3. So although, okay, so look, this is just going to be a cycle. This column and this column are basically just cycles of one another. Oh, okay, and now that's very interesting, because that green line can't involve any of 2, 4, and 8. So does that have to be something like 1, 3, 9? Probably. Oh, or here's a different way of thinking about things. Where's 5? This has been available forever. Where's 5 in this box? It definitely can't go on this line because it would have 2 neighbours. So 5's got to go there. And it's either, it's got to have, well, this can't be a 9 beneath it. So that circled 5, whoopsie, I wanted to circle it. It's going to have a 1 above it. So, I see, now I'm wrong about this. I don't know what this is, do I? Because I thought it was going to be 139. But I've realised it could be 136 as well. It's got to have 3 involved in it. That I will commit to. But I think it is ambiguous. I don't think I know which way round that goes. I do now know 7 is in one of those 2 cells, which isn't doing anything. 7 is in one of these by Sudoku. 2 is in one of those by Sudoku, in case... that might be helpful. No, or maybe not. Okay. So right, here is a point about that cell. That one can't be flat mated because it couldn't have a 1 above it by Sudoku and it couldn't have a 9 beneath it by Sudoku. So that's got to be the flat mated cell. And now either this is a 1 or this is a 9. I don't know. I'm not sure. But now one of those two is a 5. Can we put 5 here? Well, it would have to have a 1 above it. But it could have a 1 above it. It seems possible, doesn't it? Bother. That's annoying, so we can't actually resolve that. So, what on earth do we look at next? I haven't got a Scooby-Doo. So these digits are from 6, 7, 9, depending on what's not used on the green triangle. So in this column, look, there's a 3, 6, 7, 9 quadruple, which means this is not a 6. It means this is 2, 4, or 8, and it's not 2. So that is 4 or 8. No, this isn't how to do this, is it? There's got to be something more fundamental. It's probably this line, isn't it? Or is there some reason? That can't be a 1. Or is it something to do with where flatmate? Ah, yeah. Oh, nearly. Because, of course, if we do put 5 in either of those, we would be required to have a 9 beneath it. Because the 5 is going to force a 1 into one of those cells. So the 5 couldn't benefit from a 1 being above it. So it's going to have a 9 beneath it. So I wonder if there's something more. I've got a 4, 8 pair here as well. I've not seen this. I don't think that's doing it. Okay. All right, let's try other things then. Let's if forced, we will do some Sudoku. So there's a 6 in one of those. There is a 3 in one of these. Can we put 3 on the line? This digit would have to be... yeah, that might be it then. If this is 3, what can this digit be? Now, we need something that's a multiple of 3, because we can't use 1. So it would be 6 or 9. 9 doesn't work, 6 doesn't work. So actually, we're going to get to place a 3 here. And if you're thinking that doesn't do anything, I might have to agree with you. That does not seem to have done nearly as much as I wanted it to have done. Oh, I tell you, all right, well, we'll change tack again then. That doesn't work. Oh, no, it does. It does. It does. Where's 7 in this box? That is a good question, actually. Maybe that's been available for a while. Where is 7 in this box? It can't be on the tip here, which it could have been from a relationship with the 1's perspective, but because of this 7, it can't be. So it's either there, where it would have to be surrounded by double 1 and can't be, here, where it would have to have a 1 above it, so that doesn't work, or exactly there. So it is exactly there. So this is now 6. Now there's all sorts. Right. Okay, now I can see there's stuff going on in box 2. And we need 2, 4, and 9 to complete box number 5. So 9 definitely cannot go there because 2 and 4 are not factors of it. So 4 goes there, 2 goes there, 9 goes there. So this is a 1-9 pair now in box 4. So the 5, Oh, so the 5 is going to have a 1 above it, but I don't know whether it's there or there, because the 5 can't have a 9 below it anymore. And in row 6, we've got 2, 4, and 8. Well, the 2 can just be placed. So this is a 4, 8 pair, and these digits are a 5, 7 pair. Right, but if the 7 was on the line, it would have to have a 1 above it from the line perspective, but then the 5 would need to have a 1 above it from the flatmate's perspective. So the only way we can deal with that is to put the 5 there with a 1 above it. This is now a 7, this is a 9, and the 7 doesn't care because it's not on a line. So that's all fine. Now this is a 7, this is a 3. That deserves its baubilization, to use technical Christmas tree terminology. That one's been baubilized as well. I hadn't realized that. And there was definitely something going on in column, or this box 2, because 7 has been forced onto one of these lines, which we know must go with a 1. And there's a 1 here, look, so that's going to do it. So the 7 has to go here, the 1 has to go here. And now, how could this be 5? It would need a 1 here, and it can't have it. So the 5's at the top, and it must have a 9 beneath it, because it now can't have a 1 on top of it. So that one's baubilized, or it's not, it's become a sort of beacon. Now that's not 9. The 9 is going to have to be in a nice relationship here, isn't it, with a 3? We've learnt that from these columns. And in this column, that is not a 4. So we've got a 2, 6 pair in column 5. So this digit is 4 or 8. So this can't be 6. 6 doesn't work with 4 or 8 on these lines. We can do that. 2, 6. Now that doesn't matter whether that's 4 or 8. But by the looks of things, we get the 2 in box 9, which is rather a welcome thing. So, and we need a digit here, don't we? And the digits we've got available for that cell are 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 8, I should say. And that's annoying, because 2, 4, and 8 work with everything there. No, so that's not how to make more progress. So where have we... hang on, we've got another flatmate to do here, look. The 5 has to be there. Now, it can't have a 9 beneath it, so it has a 1 above it. So that is a bauble. And are all the 5s... So all the 5s are done. And there were lollipops, I should say, in those ones. And baubles in the other. I must be able to do all the 1s in the puzzle. Yeah, I can. And this digit is 4 or 8. So in this column, these digits are from 4, 6, 8. Now, there's a 4, 8 pair in row 2, so that's going to be a 6. Therefore, this is a 7, I suppose. Let's take advantage of that. Now I've got a 3, 6, 9 triple in column 7. This digit can't be 2, so I've got a 4, 8 pair here. So I've got a 3, 6, 9. This digit's naked. Row 3, column 2. In the row, because I've got this sort of floating 4, 8 pair, these digits are from 3, 6, 9, and this one sees 3 and 9, so that's got to be 6. So this is 9. Now my green line at the top then ended up being 3, 6 here. So in the row, what have we not placed? 9 and 2. So the 9 can be placed. And that's a 2. And those digits look like they're 2 and 3. Well, we can do those. Okay, so something's got to disambiguate all of this. That's a 9, that's a 3, that's a 3, that's a 6. That's a 7. So this is 4 or, I see, in this row that becomes a 4, look. So that becomes a 4, that becomes an 8, that becomes 8, that becomes 6. Yeah, this might work. It might work. 4, 8, 8, 4, 8, 4. Yeah, that's going to work. There you go. That's wonderful, isn't it? I mean, how can you just can't beat puzzles like that. It's clever. It's fascinating once you start thinking about the symmetry. And it's just a great deal of fun to solve without being trivial at all. Marty, as usual, does the business. Let me know in the comments how you got on with that. I hope you enjoyed it, even half as much as I did. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic. Oh, and please like and please subscribe. We're really close to 700,000 subscribers. Thank you. Bye-bye.